Good day, everybody. Good day. It's such a beautiful day out. We got plenty of sunshine, some snow on the ground. It's a little chilly out here, but guess what? We still all 10 toes down. And we've been talking about overcoming and defeating depression. Overcoming and defeating depression. Because as long as we're going to live in this world, we want to live the best life that we can. And oftentimes that entails us overcoming a lot of different circumstances, to whatever degree of many or lesser that you're having to overcome. That's the name of the game, to overcome the things that are adverse to your well-being, you know. And we talked about in the previous video the many things that can come from, that can trigger, um, a less than desired mindset, concerning whatever it is that you're going through. Some of the things that have a tendency to set in a depressed way can be social um, circumstances, economic circumstances, whether you may be experiencing some negative drawbacks from being a minority, whether it's racial, whether it is sexual preference, um, just whatever it is, oftentimes those things can uh, weigh pretty heavy, on you. And then there's the thing with, well, how do I identify myself in a positive light when I see that other people may not uh, value who I am, and it's like, well, how do I value myself, with such an opposition? And it's not the easiest thing to do, but it is doable, you know, because you're valued. You bring a lot of beautiful things to life, a conversation with someone, to just help someone with their groceries, say a kind word. You have much value. And oftentimes you have to work on bringing out more of that value, you know. Um, the growing aspect, or the growth aspect of life, which is how we overcome things. That's not always the easiest thing to do, which is why, I myself have even struggled with growing in some areas, improving in life in some areas. That sun is kind of, yeah, it's a little bit better there. And growing in some areas, it can be quite challenging. Um, but we have to look at ourselves as worthy, not less than anyone for any reason, whether someone has $1 million, and if I owe people, you know, I'm still a outstanding man. It may not always show. Someone else may be a little bit more shiny as far as the way they're living life than me, but I have to value myself in that I'm loved, I'm valued, and the first person that I have to say that I'm loved by is myself. And I don't always feel that, but that is what I have to work on, and that's something I work on every day. You know, you may just have to get in the mirror, look yourself square in the eye. Matter of fact, that's what I want you to do. Look yourself in the, go get, find a mirror. Look in that mirror and say, I absolutely love you. I absolutely love you. You are very important, and I love being me. Look in that mirror and tell yourself that. That is what you need to do. That's very important. It doesn't matter um, what sexual preference, what race, what economic standing that you have. You're valued. You're loved by the one who made you. You're loved by the Almighty God. He loves you just like you are. And it's very important that you love yourself the way that you are. You can't base who you are, your worth, on the way other people may say, or say what they may say about you, or how they feel about you. That's not your portion. You have to deal your portion. And to see yourself as value, as a part of this world, as far as as a part of this tapestry of life that is colorful, that was never meant to be one particular carbon copy, everybody the same. No, 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 no. And this world is a much better place when you value yourself, and it takes some time to get there because it's walking in a step of mastery, and you have to learn to master things in life, starting with your feelings, your emotions, and your views towards yourself. You know, Sometimes it can be what can lead to depression can be brain chemistry, hormone changes, for whichever reasons, whether it's pregnancy, um, an injury, or an illness that can cause um, hormones to change, or it can be just things in the chemistry of your body, your neurotransmitters. I suggest to get out and walk sometimes, if that's your thing. Basically, connecting with nature. I feel that nature has such a grounding effect on us because we come from nature. You've heard the term Mother Nature or Mother Earth. And the thing about nature is it nourishes you just like a mother, you know Mother Earth. So you need to get out, see some of the things that are created naturally, to reconnect yourself to what is natural, you know to get realigned. Some people like fishing, or you may just like to go out and sit next to a body of water and just feel the peace, to just calm yourself inside, to just receive the stillness, to let those overworked nerves just take a break for a minute, and just breathe, just get some good air in and just let it out. Sometimes that's the name of the game. Take a breather, take a breather, and that can be a little bit of work, but it's doable. It's doable, just stop for a minute and take a breath, and reflect on things that are worthwhile. you know, you're able to breathe, you know. If you're able to get out and walk a little bit, you might see a squirrel walking. Hey, you're able to see a squirrel. That's good. There's a squirrel. you know. I mean, it may not make you just overflood with joy, but hey, it's an uplifting thing. You may just need to see some aspects of life. If you have a dog, that's a wonderful thing. Feed the dog, you know, let the dog walk around outside, see the dog walk, you know. So sometimes the smallest things can be what we're missing, to have our eye on the problem that has challenged us, uh, is what we're getting away from. That's what we need to get away from. We need to look at the things that will pick us up and get us to a different place. We need to see something different, you know. Um, when I was talking about nature, that's one of the reasons I wanted to put this up like I am. Back behind me here is a mountain, and you can see the trails there where people walk. I was just sitting here, watching people walk their dog. One guy was throwing a frisbee thing, he threw it out. His dog would go and get it, bring it back to him. I was entertained by that. Would I like to be more entertained? Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. But I was glad to see that. It was something to see, something to occupy my mind, something to relieve anxious thoughts, and it's one step. It's one step. How do I get from here to New Mexico? 1 mile at a time, one move at a time, just like anything else. It will be a a pleasurable thought to believe that we can get to the places that we would like to be in just one instant. But life wasn't designed that way, So we have to be patient with ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves when we may not get the desired performance out of ourselves, or when others may tell us that our performance is not becoming, you just have to let yourself know, like, hey, I'm worthy, I'm worthwhile. I was made beautiful just like I am. Do I have some things to overcome? Most definitely. And I'm going to overcome them, and that's what we're talking about, defeating and overcoming depression. And that is exactly what we're doing, and we're doing it together. I'll see you all on the next video.